welcome to Rubbin'Minds Plus. My name is Desmond Ekunwe. On today's episode, it's slightly peculiar because I sought the help of some of my friends to create this episode. Instagram was trending for a bit because it was down, and then I thought to myself, who best would preach the message of diversification beyond Instagram? Because for me, for a moment, I had this, oh my God, what would happen? But Amin has a few words on diversifying beyond Instagram.
So when I think about Instagram, I think about it as a place that I'm connecting with my community and a place that I'm renting space for free. So at any given time, if we have a new platform that is no longer the Instagram of our time, you can lose that audience. So I think it's very important to establish an email list where you can speak to your contacts, speak to your audience, even when you don't feel like being on social media. So it would behoove you to definitely diversify your platforms and have other means of contacting your audience. Otherwise, if Instagram goes down tomorrow, will your audience go down as well? Think about it.
Oh, thank you so much, Everything Arts. That is Amin. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Truly important conversation. So we're moving on to music. Music is actually important. Music is art. But now we're seeing a lot of new school artists do the work. And there's been that conversation about Kobim Sasukwa, but I wouldn't let the cat out of the bag. That's the job of my guest host today.
Hello, Dimelangma Africa. I am Laogo Rachel Towobola here on Rubbin'Minds Plus. While many are still being impacted by the pandemic, musicians are not letting it slow them down. Really enjoying Thames right now. She has been releasing music as a feature and as a main artist. I'm really enjoying her latest song, These Days, which came out about 4 weeks ago. If you haven't checked it out, I would definitely recommend that you do. Another artist I am currently enjoying is Young L, Mr. Marley. So underrated. I don't know why, but Young L is so underrated in Nigeria. He just released a remix to Eve Bounce, this one featuring Wizkid. Currently on everyone's playlist is Omale's EP, Get Laid, which by the way, hit over 20 million streams on all platforms. For more on the latest music, do check out the Foray podcast. Currently trending on social media are the Africans nominated for a BET award. Burna Boy from Nigeria, Shoma Josie from South Africa, and Congolese Inosbi have all been nominated for Best International Act. They've been nominated alongside Stormzy, Dave, and others. We also got Nigeria's Rema and Shasha from South Africa, who have been nominated for Viewer's Choice Best New International Act. The baddest there is when it comes to music. I am talking about the OG, the chief, the Odogu. Yeah, I know, I butchered it. I said it. The Odogu of Nigerian music, Kobams. He recently uploaded a cover of DJ Neptune, Mr. Easy, and Joe Boy's Nobody. And I just gotta say, the original is great, but the cover is amazing.
Okay, let all of it play. I love it. You know what? Mute the shakers and the metronome. Let me just hear the voices by themselves. Let's go.
So it's actually important to have the conversation about elections in Edo State. It was Democracy Day a few days ago, and there's a lot of conversation about how this would be a litmus for the 2023 elections. But a lot is played out in Edo State, and I'm joined by journalist Temidayo Taiwo-Sidiq to tell us what's happening in Edo State.
So on the issue of the crisis in Edo State as it relates to the issues between the governor and his predecessor, the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress, I think he brings a number of issues to the fore. Core among these issues are reform of our electoral system as well as the party system as a whole. When you look at it critically, if what the party has alleged that the governor had defective certificates is true, what it means is that they knew this before now and they decided to make a compromise along with the governor. So this shows that when we reform our electoral system properly, things like this would have been corrected. Another issue is the issue of independent candidacy, the need for urgent provision of independent candidacy in our laws. as it relates to election, especially because when you look at it, if, for example, the governor's position is right, that the governor believes that the party is trying to strangle his political ambition and all of those things, if he contested under an independent candidature, he would have been able to address this issue without having to compromise. So I think these are part of the core issues that this crisis has brought to the fore.
Thank you so much, Temidayo Taiwo-Sidiq. We do hope for the best in Edo State, and it's really funny. But moving on to other things that equally is funny. So I particularly tried jumping on the Don't Leave Me challenge, but it simply didn't work. Don't leave me, don't leave me. That's what would scream at me. I sought the help of someone who actually knows how to make it work. He's a voice actor and producer. Here's what he had to say.
Hey guys, what's good? Tobi here. So, my guy Desmond hit me up and told me to talk to you guys about the Don't Leave Me challenge. So what is the Don't Leave Me challenge? Basically, it's a set of puns. People just stay in front of their camera like this, and they joke around with things, anything really. Like, okay, let me give you guys an example. So, if I'm holding groundnut oil, yeah, and I go up the stairs, can we call it stair fries? So you get the gist. Basically, it's just goofing around, you know, with everything happening in the world right now. Everyone needs to try to make themselves happy. So we're trying to make ourselves happy. And yeah, before I go, let me ask you guys a question though. This is actually very serious. This is not a pun. This is not a joke. It's a very serious question. If a Chinese man named Li takes Procode, can we call him Poco Li?
Thank you so much for joining us. Today's episode was particularly fun. Thank you so much, Tobi. That was truly, truly entertaining. So, I've been following a lot of hashtags on social media every day, and you see this happen, you see that happen, and we just lend our voices, and it just ends there. It makes no sense. Please, let's hold ourselves accountable. Let's be better people, and have an amazing week ahead.